Welcome to Diamond Dave's Striping Teaching School.
What's up, guys? Behind the schemes, we are back. We are gonna be hitting it hard this week. The weather is beautiful. It's gonna be like 70 degrees today. Spring is coming here in Alabama. You guys have heard PC-9 400 times, but anyways, we are starting to load that airplane today. Several hundred parts at least, so we're gonna be boxing those things up carefully, making sure that they don't get any scratches or anything in shipping. So anyways, lots to do this week. We've got some RVs that are getting painted. We're gonna get some color on, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on. So hang in there with us.
What's the plan, Billy?
Finish.
Yeah. Look, man, you were striping all last week. We gotta do something new this week.
I'm gonna be striping all week this week. I'm not striping.
You survived.
I made it.
What are we up to now?
Well, we're gonna do some trimming and fitment and then tear this sucker down.
So just making sure this has clearance, or?
Yeah, he wanted this seam here evened out. So I'm gonna work on that, and then a couple other little things to adjust.
And then we tear the whole thing apart.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna fit in there.
Midweek check-in. The team's doing great. We got the PC-9. It is ready to hit the road and get out of here. We've also got a little surprise for the guys today, so excited to do that for them, for knocking that thing out of the park. The RV10 is making really good progress for Brad Klein's project. That thing is looking great. We've got the stripes going on there and colors going on that airplane. So moving along, making good progress. The weather is getting beautiful, so we're really excited about that. It's nice to work in the shop when it's just a beautiful, nice, sunny day. Hey Chris, where are we going?
Tacos. Hey David, question of the week.
Quit for me?
Yes. Because honestly, I figured you'd know the answer to this better than Jonathan. Someone wants to know, what are the most common problems and issues you see from new builds being brought in?
I've thought about this long and hard. I don't necessarily see one particular mistake that gets made a whole lot. But there are a few things that are annoying or I see could cause the builder or the owner potential problems in the future. One of the things that we see is the elevator, when it is put on here, you want to have enough clearance for paint before you drill the hole into the horn, because once that's done, there's no going back. And if we paint it and it rubs, it's just gonna rub. So make sure you have clearance, mainly in this section. You can sort of adjust the outer edge of it in and out a little bit, but right in here, some of these rivets will want to rub, specifically that middle one right there. So we want to make sure we have clearance of that. And then another thing that we deal with is some wiring issues. When you're building it, assume that you're going to have to take it apart at some time. So things like running wires through holes and then putting connectors on the end of them, or straight wiring things. Say, for instance, you straight wire a tail beacon into a rudder and then you rivet the cap on. You're kind of stuck with a situation later if it ever needs to be removed. So here we have one. This is an example of what can happen with the wiring. This wire was ran through to the tail just fine, had a connector on it, you could disconnect it. The ground wire was poked through a hole, which gets bolted down here. And that's not a good situation. Generally, this ground wire, particularly on the 14s, is ran up and with this white wire down to the top. But that's just an issue that I have to deal with. You have to cut it loose to take it apart, and then at the end we'll solder and heat shrink it back together. Then there's one other situation I want to show on this cowling over here. Is if you're going to use these hinges, you always want to leave this bottom hinge up above the level of the fiberglass. What you will see is if this pin is down towards the middle and you have this hinge up here, you have to be pulling the hinge off of this at the same time as pulling the hinge out from this gap. And once it's painted, that's going to be a nightmare and it's going to chip. So you want to be able to pull the cowling outward like that to get the hinges to separate here. It's even right here. I've got a page in the plans. This is a set of RV7 plans, and it gives you two options. You can do it either way. Second option, it says ease cowling removal when done. So those are a couple things. But as far as very common issues, each one has their own little thing. Not a big deal. We deal with it one time, in and out. But if you're the builder, you're going to be maintaining it. Think about the potentiality of having to take it apart later. There are issues like common maintenance with your cowlings. You want those to be able to come on and off easy.
Awesome. And that was the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Slight issue on our part. We need an outro for the video. We've reached the end, but Jonathan is extremely busy. He's been on his phone all day in meetings, and he's just been hard to track down. But don't worry, I have a solution. With advances in CG technology and artificial intelligence, I have recreated a perfect one-to-one replica of Jonathan McCormick in the digital space, and he is going to end the video. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to JohnBot 67,000. Isn't he beautiful?
Thank you for watching Behind the Schemes. We've had an excellent week here at the Evoke Aviation headquarters. We enjoyed delicious tacos, got the RV-10 masked up, and applied a beautiful coat of black, and most importantly of all, the PC-9 is out and heading towards its next big adventure. Thank you as always for watching the episode. Your support means the world to us here. Make sure to give us a like. Let us know what you'd like to see in future episodes in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Behind the Schemes. See you next time.
you're not a trained professional, do not try this at home.